Now behind me we have our forge, and it's high time to redesign it, take it apart and rebuild it all together using whatever I got lying around the place. And in this video I want to maybe share with you 3 things. One I actually learned from a fellow YouTuber, which I'll give a shout out later on when I'm actually explaining, when we get to that part. And just these 3 things that are actually going to make this forge more of a success, more user friendly, and actually even help with forge welding as well. So if you're interested, stick around, let's take it apart and let's get started. Okay, it's time to talk about the air supply because got this plugged in. And this thing is great at cleaning out your room, but it's also, well, it's a great dust maker, but it's also a wonderful forge blower. So I was using this hairdryer, but it wasn't giving me enough volume. And how it basically happened is, I was noticing I wasn't getting up to heat. With the high carbon steel, I was getting just about enough heat to actually manage to forge weld the pieces together. But only about 40%, like it wasn't really melting together. And then I talked to John from Black Bear Forge. So he has a YouTube channel, his name is John, and yeah, he's John Switzer. And he basically does axes, he does lots of blacksmithing, he gives, you know, a lot of information for free. And so check out his YouTube channel, and if you want, you can, you know, if you like it, subscribe to him. You know, you won't be at a loss. If you're into blacksmithing, you will learn heaps as well. And that's basically what I learned. Finally, for the first time ever, didn't I melt some steel using that blower and a big enough fire. And that's all there really was to it. Because if you can get up to that heat, you know, if you can actually melt the metal and you get all the sparks and everything, looks great. That's just below that temperature is where you actually want to be in order to forge weld, because it makes it much easier for the molecules to actually melt together, especially if you're then applying some mechanical force, which will be your hammer blows. And that was basically it. So all down to John. Thank you, John, if you're watching this. Appreciate your help with that. So I went away and got this leaf blower, and I'm not going to look back. After that, that's what we could get. He was suggesting a small bouncy castle blower, but that's pretty much close enough, and it works. As you can see, we got some melted steel. Now I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too. It does look a little bit crazy. Yeah, I seem to like crazy ideas, but somehow they always work out. Just really quickly, I want to show you my improved bicycle power hammer. I, spent some more time on it, screwed that anvil to the ground, and upgraded added more steel to the actual cast iron bicycle frame. And now I'm going to stick a motor on it just really quickly. Do that, but added the springs as well, changed them around a bit. So yeah, sometimes you gotta be a little bit crazy if you don't have a big shopping center which has all the supplies. Just a try, okay? Yeah, definitely need a wheelbarrow. Yeah, we definitely need some kind of cover. And there's our wheelbarrow. That's what we're gonna use. It's in pretty good condition still. What do you think? We have our dog here as well. Hello. He's a good girl, hey? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Eh? Not to me, to them. Eh? Yes, yes, yes. Anyway, so we get started. I'm going to strip this down, take the bits off that I don't need, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Ooh, this is going to take a while. Okay, I'll get back to you when I'm all done. Now sometimes you just got to make a fire because that really is not coming off. There's too many little dents and indentations, so I'm just going to burn it off. I hate doing it, but I'm just going to do it this once. Oh, and there we have it, one paint-free wheelbarrow, which will be of course way too hot to touch, but I think as it's tomorrow it should be okay. But we can try it out. If it doesn't work, I can just adjust it as well. You never know. Okay, I didn't film it, but I tell you, trial number 2 was just utter disaster. So this definitely I gotta close up the windows. I'll somehow create a wall here at the back. So let me think about it. When I actually have figured it out, I'll show you what worked. Okay, so this is how far I've gotten. I've put in these 2 panels there made from metal. And I've also closed off the back there, and I'm going to go for this setup with the pipe, because that means that the air is going to blow out in line with the actual wheelbarrow, and that should, in theory, work a little bit better. Also, no air can come in this way anymore, because the actual whole room was acting as a draft, so the air was going in here because the door was open. So that has an effect as well. Yep, it's all going up the chimney now. Haha, fantastic! Finally! It's a bit spitty because the charcoal I'm using is actual coconut, the actual shell of it made into charcoal, and there's some moisture in it. So it seems to explode quite a bit. So I need to find some drier stuff. My hammer's a bit loose. Okay, let's do some forging. Fix my anvil as well. Relax. Breathe those fumes in. Okay, that's not hot enough. problem is that I'm out of charcoal. So what I'm going to do is just going to secure it so that the steel is really close together. Put some flux on there and we'll try again tomorrow, and then really this video is going to finish. Okay, so I'm back, it's next evening, and basically what I've done is I've added another layer of bricks, and I'll explain that now in a second. First I wanted to show you this. I took that off actually and just retied them onto the actual wheelbarrow itself, because there's a bit of zinc still on that. That bar was actual zinc, the wheelbarrow was paint. Now there may be zinc in the paint, that can actually happen as well, but there's rust showing through as well, so I think I will be fine. Now what I've done is I've added by adding these bricks, I've added a fire pot that is just under 3 inches deep. You can see the square there. And that allows me to create a bed of ember just below the steel. So I can pretty much put the steel in the middle of the fire. Plus I got this extra wall here just to kind of build it up. Now my problem is this. I only have half of a bucket of charcoal, which burns up really quickly. So that means I need more embers, I need more material, and the only other thing I've got is firewood. And one day by accident I discovered that if you burn like a normal fire without adding any of the blower, you will actually create tons and tons of embers. So you just keep feeding the fire, plus it also preheats the forge itself. And once I have a big bed of embers, which I'll show you in a minute when I'm all done, I can actually pile on the charcoal, sorry, and we should be okay. Now, just to get it started, we have a bit of an component. We have still got a bit of smoke. We're going to get rid of that. Now, another 10 minutes should probably do it. We'll have another 5 minutes of charcoal on top to really get the charcoal really hot, and then we can actually start putting in our bar. And as you can see, it's still got the glazing on it that I put on there yesterday just to protect it. And I did close the gap really well as well, so we should be okay. Now I've turned that wood into charcoal, more or less anyway. Just check out what happens when I turn on the fan. It's almost like we have charcoal in the pit there. So that's one method of actually creating charcoal, just takes forever. There we go, that should do it. If that doesn't do it, I don't know what's gonna do it. I'm just going to wait until that heats up, and then I'm going to put in the... I heat it to forge welding temperatures, and then I'm going to stick it in a piece of metal. Right, that's hot enough. I'm just going to get the steel warm enough for it to actually start melting that flux. Then I'm going to brush it, reflux it. Maybe that's a bit overkill. And then we're going to do the forge weld. There we go. Now let's get ready. In theory, it should work now. Actually, okay, yeah, once upon a time there was a oh, I don't believe it, that's amazing, I burned, okay, wow, that's like half an inch of thing. I'm gonna leave this in the video. Can you see there's something missing? Yeah. Oh, I don't believe it. I actually burned the steel altogether. I can't believe it. I actually managed to burn the steel. Wow. That is incredible. Okay, guys and girls, I'm going to have to quit now today. It's getting late. I only spent an hour and a half maybe in the evening times, and as you can see I literally just burnt the end of it. There was a ring in there. It's in the fire somewhere. Let me see if I can fish it out if it's still there somewhere. There it is. Wow, actually let me just grab a pair, hang on, scratch that. Let me just grab a pair of tongs. That's forge weld. I burned it off, I can't believe it. I think that's cool. I think that's really cool, to be honest. Wow. It's the first time I'm going to have some form of success. You live and you learn. Now this steel is burnt, so I can't see it being I don't know, maybe you guys and girls can let me know, but I literally burnt it really badly, so I don't know if this is still usable steel. Maybe somebody can let me know in the comment section down below. But I'm just gonna keep forge welding anyway, might as well. That's hot enough now. That's nice and hot, just barely burning it actually. Oh Jesus, I'm gonna drop that. Yeah, that feels solid. Okay. Whoo! It's getting dark, and it's always way darker in there. But here we go. I have successfully forge welded a piece together. There's no way that wasn't forge welded. It felt like it was. I'll clean it up and I'll put a picture at the end, or maybe I'll cut it and then I can show you that it's actually forge welded together. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as me messing around. I've got now a forge that's the right height. It's giving enough air. It's getting more than enough heat. My God, that burned that piece off. I couldn't believe it. Just burned it clean off. Yeah, and other than that, I hope you enjoyed it. Might catch you in the next one. Whew. Okay, one more thing before I'll let you go in a second, but let's do the drop test. The drop test tells you if it's forge welded together. If it rings, you're good. If it's boom, a dull sound, you're not. Can you hear that after ring? So that's a sure sign that we've managed to forge. I managed to forge weld that together. Let me just really quickly cut it and then I'll let you go. Okay, we really got to finish this video. There we go. We have cut through it. Throw it on some concrete. Hang on. Yep, still sounds tingy. And that's it. I can even touch it now. Kind of, sort of. So yeah, that's it. I really enjoyed it. I finally have figured out some of the forge welding. I still got to blend in better. This mushroomed out here and there. As I'm squeezing it together, that's not a crack or anything like that. As you can hear by the sound, that's properly forge welded together. I'm going to grind it now just to be sure. And yeah, catch you in the next one.